Is trucking a good career? Yes. No. It's complicated. Trucking is a good career depending on who you are and what you expect and what you want out of trucking. Here's an example. Let's say a person is 21 through 30, single, no kids. Maybe the person is working a 9 to 5 that he doesn't like, getting $20, $30, $40,000 a year. Maybe their job has little opportunity, no room for growth, stressful environment. Maybe the person has no skills, little skills, or a person lives in the city, hasn't been out of the city with limited resources. Maybe the person is in a rural area, limited opportunity, too few jobs for the people who stay there. Maybe the person is in a negative environment, wants to get away from the surrounding environment, has limited resources, limited ways, can't think of a way of escaping that situation. Okay, the person takes about 2 months, gets their CDLs. As soon as they finish CDL school, they got a job trucking. The job is stability. And by the way, if they go to a free program, company-sponsored program, then they already have a job during training. The nuances of all of that, that's a different video. But those are options. You get a trucking job after 2 months of training. You got your CDL, you get a trucking job. Now all of a sudden you got job security, you got insurance, you got benefits. You no longer have to pay for gas to get back and forth to work. You're no longer spending money on clothes to compete with your co-workers. Let's see what this load is. Salisbury to Kingsbound. I'm not going there. How much is it? It's only 28,000 pounds. And it's right here. All right, let's continue. So when you look at it, then that person, what else? Okay, you got benefits, you can get a retirement plan, you got dental, you got medical. You all of a sudden you have escaped the environment. You're no longer around that negative influence. You can control your environment to an extent because all day long, or whatever amount of time that you're driving, you're going to be over the road more than likely when you start. That amount of time, you can listen to material like this that's positive, uplifting, motivating, educational. Build up your resourcefulness because of the information you're taking in. Anyway, you control your environment. You're no longer stuck in that local environment. So all of those dynamics have changed. I mean, so think about it. We can end right there. For that person, trucking was a great career. This changed their life. Trucking changed my life. Anyway, all right, so now let's take another person. This person, 25, 35, 45, whatever. But married with kids, or a wife and kids, or a girl and kids, or maybe elementary age and teenage, or maybe one child. Very, the nuances doesn't matter all that much, but I'm gonna go to the extreme because it's to show the polar opposites. And then obviously you have a whole spectrum in the middle where depends on, all of this depends on the individuals involved, their mindset, and if it's two people, like we're about to talk about the couple, where are they in the relationship and how good are they at communicating? How strong is the relationship? All right, so let's continue with this story. Married, got kids, elementary school, teenagers, and then they're involved in certain activities. Maybe one of the children or whatever, maybe they have some type of learning disability or any type of disabilities, which adds complexity in navigating the family structure, home and living situation. All of a sudden, this guy is going to go, let's say he was making 30,000. No, let's say he was making 50,000. Like I said, he was going to do the extreme. 50,000, 60,000. You're getting into trucking because they need more income So he's thinking that trucking is going to provide that. Get into trucking, already making 50, all of a sudden you find out you're going to make the same amount the first year when you might have thought it was going to be a jump of 60, 70. All of a sudden you're getting paid about the same amount, except you're going all the time. Now, it's hard to, if you've been around the whole time, it's hard, just like it's hard for you to know exactly what you're getting into with trucking, it's pretty challenging to visualize what the experience will be for the wife at home with the kids by herself, dealing with raising the family, taking care of the family at home. So Now how good is each person at putting themselves in the other person's shoes and trying to understand their experience? Because by default, a lot of times we're easily only able to focus or highly skewed for looking at things only from our own perspective. Pardon me. Let me see what this load is real quick. Charlotte to Roanoke Rapids, 450. No go. Okay, it's good that you have insurance and benefits and 49,000 pounds. Salisbury to Kings Mountain, they keep posting it. It's good that you have benefits and job security, but your opportunity is somewhat limited because you're not solo, you're not single, so it's a different scenario. The dynamics are different. All of your decisions has an impact on the family. And so now your wife is being stressed, and you're being stressed because for you to spend more time at home, that means you're getting less money. You need to spend more time away from home in order to drive, in order to increase your income. So now, how well is she able to comprehend that? Y'all chime in if this is inaccurate. It seems that a certain percentage of women are unable to comprehend this concept at a fundamental level, whereas they're going to keep complaining, be home, but yet they turn around and spend more and more money. They ain't trying to save, they ain't trying to manage the money, they're not trying to budget. They're spending money unnecessarily, but at the same time complaining about the guy being away from home. It don't work like that. If you're creating the expenses and the only way he's going to increase the income is to be on the road with trucking. You're working against yourself, but being mad at him because he's trying to drive. Anyway, that's something to consider. But the same things that travelers do as well, you're blowing money into truck stops. You're buying food on the road. You're buying junk. Every time you stop, you're stopping 5 times a day instead of taking the food with you. So, again, it depends on the individuals and their mindset and how they choose to operate when they're out there, the nuances. That's why I say it depends. It's complicated. But if you go in it right with the right research, the right mindset, goals in place, and you about it, being aware and mindful of what to expect, then so that the stress doesn't eat away at the relationship and stuff like that. Have a game plan where maybe you are saying, in 5 years, I'm doing this for 5 years. During those 5 years, the objective is to accomplish this and this and this and this, and at the 5-year mark, I transition, and this is the way I transition out. Then you could be working on that the whole time. In other words, you got a plan. Not only does that actually provide you with a way to transition out, but now that provides a certain level of security and comfort for your wife at home. And it is a project that everyone could put in some effort on, and that can create a stronger family bond to help to some degree replace the intimacy that's going to be, or that could be stripped away by you being gone so much. Because now you're working together on this project that's part of a big picture for the family, and everybody's contributing. You have a great reason to call home and something to focus on and talk about, other than each person complaining about their side of the reality of the situation. Okay, instead of spending that time complaining, let's talk about our strategies and the things that we can do to build this thing up that we're working on together. Does that make sense? So, is trucking a great career? Yes. No. It's complicated, depending on who's asking. Why are you considering trucking? What are your goals for trucking? How long do you plan on trucking? And let's come up with a plan for how we're going to navigate the choice of trucking. More specifically and importantly, how are you going to spend your free time? That's something I talk about all the time. How are you going to spend your free time? Because if you're single, then all of it might be mostly on researching. And my lips chapped. Mostly on researching. And if you are in a relationship, then you're going to have to be reasonable and attentive and intentional about nurturing that relationship. This is the amount of time I'm going to spend researching, reading, personal development, nurturing the relationship. That's calling home, but that's other things you might be thinking about. How can I plan this? Let me give you a short example. So I would hide things in the house, in my girl's house, so that if I'm on the road and she have a bad day and I wanted to take her mind off of whatever she's dealing with, or just create a highlight for her to, to generate smiles or happiness or whatever. I give her some clues and I say, I left something in your house. The clue is this, and here and do this. And so she'll find the thing. And also sometimes leave something somewhere hoping that she might discover it just at some moment. So it's different stuff, different things just to let your significant know how much you think about her, how much you care. And that's always going to help. That's always going to help her feel good about the relationship and know that you're committed to the relationship. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this video off right here, and thank y'all for watching. Try to find me a load. Post your comments, questions below, or you can go to lifeisatrucker.com and you'll see on the first page in the middle, down a little bit, it says questions. You can post your questions there. Peace. Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm here editing the video, stuck in the snow. Can't deliver till Monday because I couldn't make everything on Friday. So I said I got a little free time. Let me add some more context to the video, help you with some ideas about nurturing the relationship. Not that you need it, but just in case. I might give somebody some ideas when they hear these things. So when we went to go to the beach one time, I knew her favorite colors because I asked questions and I listened with the intention of memorizing so that I could woo her with it at some point in the future. So when we went to go to the beach, I had ordered a beach towel in her favorite color, and embroidered. I draped the towel on the back of the car seat, so when she got in, she saw the towel, and embroidered on the towel was her pet name. Another time, I gave her a pail, like we use to hold stuff to wash the car. Gave her a pail with all types of stuff in it that I feel like everybody should have in their car. And of course, most women don't have it. Gorilla tape, a window buster, in case anything happens. Let's say you go in the water, you need to bust a window. So window buster. Fix the flat is the main thing. That's what's probably going to be most needed. And another thing, got a AAA, and that's so if anything happens where she needs to be told, anything happens to the car and she out on the road, I'm not there. So now she don't even have to worry about it. She can call AAA, get told. She got a number to call. Oh, and plus, I gave her the numbers of 3 of my top dogs, so that if anything happened and I wasn't there, then and she can't get in touch with me, she can call them. And these are a lot. This is just like calling me, for all intents and purposes. Another thing, she was sick, and I would send her vegetarian ice cream and fruits from Whole Foods, so that she didn't have to cook. When she was real sick, when she was real sick. So those are just some examples, and maybe they will give you some ideas or the types of things that you can do. And it's very meaningful. They're small. It's not real big, but some of them are somewhat creative. And I guarantee you most dudes are not doing all that. I mean, well, she said it, so. I thought of some other things, but you probably don't want to hear about it. But all right, that's it. Y'all, wish you the best of luck. Take care. I'm going to try to find some heat. It's so cold. You see those? The reason those sneakers are on top of the dash, over top of those vents, is because the floor in the cab is so cold that my feet feel like they're getting frostbitten. So I'm heating them sneakers up. And I'm alternating with the ones I have on, and when those get warm, I put those on, put these up there. It's crazy out here. -4 right now in outside of Kansas City, Missouri. All right, y'all, take it easy. Peace.